President-elect Trump is weighing in. Private citizens and some with perhaps more stroke than others, or at least a bigger megaphone than others, are weighing in as well.
Senator Lisa Murkowski weighing in on Elon Musk and President-elect Donald Trump's pressure campaign to stop a budget bill. Now breaking this afternoon, the replacement bill that President-elect supported has been rejected. The federal government is set to run out of money at midnight tomorrow. The fate of $136 million of Alaska projects in that bill at this point. They include disaster relief, money for emergency road repairs, long-term housing, infrastructure, money for the economic recovery of Alaska's Bering Sea snow crab fishery, and money for Alaska's National Water Level Observation Network stations. Let's go right to our Washington correspondent, Josh Roltenberg. We are closely watching to see if Congress can pass a new spending bill before tomorrow night's midnight deadline. Josh, bring us up to speed. What is the latest?
Yeah, good evening. As of right now, there is no clear solution to trying to avert a government shutdown. Over the weekend, there was a bipartisan proposal, but as you just got done saying, Donald Trump and Elon Musk made sure that that bill died. And then today, Republicans on their own negotiated what they thought might have been a solution, but Democrats were not going for it. What it included was a lot of the same things from that bipartisan proposal, but it also included a 2-year suspension of the nation's debt limit. But Democrats say that they were not willing to go along with that. That is something that is typically negotiated over months. This was thrown in at the last moment, and Democrats are really not trying to help out Republicans that really they say this is their problem right now. So we head into Friday tomorrow. This is the last day to figure things out, or else we're going to have a government shutdown, and it could be a prolonged one.
Now, Josh, we had Plan A, then Plan B. We're on to Plan C. Are we any closer to seeing if we're going to figure this out before that deadline?
No, House Speaker Mike Johnson spoke to reporters after this failed vote. He said they're going to go back to the drawing board, but he didn't necessarily say what that plan would be. And so as of right now, unless it's a bipartisan proposal, because Republicans control things in the House, but Democrats control things in the Senate. And the only way to get something to President Joe Biden's desk is if it is bipartisan. Chuck Schumer, the Senate Majority Leader, said as much today, and he said so after the vote failed in the House. So if Republicans are willing to concede some things to the Democrats, then we may see a solution tomorrow. If not, we're going to have a government shutdown.
And Josh, what does all this mean, all this chaos mean for the House Speaker, Mike Johnson, and the chances that he keeps his job next year?
Mike Johnson has a job until January 2nd of next year. On January 3rd, that's when the speaker elections will be. And it can't be understated that what happens with this matter will determine if Mike Johnson remains the House Speaker. And of course, House Republicans look towards Donald Trump. Donald Trump right now is giving conditional support to Mike Johnson. He was asked by a couple of journalists how he feels about Johnson being Speaker again. On one hand, he said, we'll see. On another, he said if Johnson remains tough and makes sure that he doesn't cave to Democrats, that ultimately he will easily be the Speaker next year. But if not, well, then we might have another story. But the real question for Republicans is, if it's not Mike Johnson, then who? Because if you remember when Johnson first became Speaker, that was after 3 to 3.5 weeks of Congress being paralyzed after they booted Kevin McCarthy from the speakership. So I don't know that anybody else can get a majority of House Republicans to back them. But as of right now, it's Mike Johnson's job until it's not.
Josh Roltenberg, sounds like you have a long night ahead of you. Thank you so much.